Can you win and have balance in your life? I think you can. Recently, I just downloaded on Audible a new book called Winning by Tim Grover. Tim Grover is a former trainer for Michael Jordan, probably the greatest basketball player ever lived. That's a debate for another time, not on this blog. But in that book, as I read the foreword and I read the notes about it, he talks about athletes and CEOs and what it takes to really win. Now, I haven't gotten through all of the book yet, but one of the things I'm a little worried about is it seems to be portrayed as this completely out of balance environment that you have to create for yourself in order to truly win. And I want to dispute that a little bit. Again, I haven't gotten through all the books, so I'm going to listen to it and see if that's really where it goes. So it's not a book critique anyways, but I see more and more of this. I see it on Twitter, I see it on Instagram, and this idea of sacrificing everything to win. And I just saw a tweet recently from an entrepreneur that said, I rarely get to see my kids, but that's a risk you have to take. And I just hate that thought process personally. Now, if that's good for you, everybody gets to make their own choices, fine. But I don't want people out there thinking that's the only way to win in business, in life, in whatever occupation that you're doing. Soon I'm going to celebrate my 24th anniversary at Service Express. I've been here 24 years. When I started August 18th, 1997, I wasn't married. I got married 2 months later in October. I didn't have any kids. Okay, so now 24 years later, I'm about to celebrate my 24-year anniversary. I've got 3 kids, 2 going off to college at the University of Michigan, my youngest a junior in high school, right? And growing up, as they were growing up, my goals were I wanted to coach their sports teams. I wanted to be a dad who was home for dinner. I wanted to be an engaged, involved dad. That was important to me. And there's no way I was going to sacrifice my family time for more business success at Service Express or anywhere else. Now, does that mean that I made every dinner? No. Does that mean I made every sports game? No. Or coached every team? No. I've got 3 kids. I couldn't do that anyways, right? So I always had to balance that. And that's what I'm talking about, balance. I'm also not talking about I sacrifice everything at work. I show up late. I leave early to do everything with my kids. I didn't do that either, okay? Let's be completely clear about that. But I looked for the balance. I had to figure out what my priorities were, and I had to act accordingly, okay? So I look back, I feel good about where I was at with the balance I have. I've talked to my kids about it. I think everybody has to figure out their priorities, look at their calendar, and make sure that their calendar matches their priorities for that. But I really hate this idea that says you have to sacrifice everything, family and everything else, to have success in this life. Service Express, I was the 15th employee. We were less than $3 million in revenue. We had 4 locations at the time in the U.S. 24 years later, we're over $200 million in revenue, almost 1,000 employees, over 50 offices in the U.S. We're now in the U.K. We've had exponential growth during that 24 years. And that is possible to do that, to achieve your goals personally, professionally, financially, and still have that balance in your life. So this message was just really resonating with me. I was seeing too many things about this out of balance mindset that people have to have, and maybe to be Michael Jordan, right? Or to go up in space right now or to do those things. Maybe you have to have that out of balance mindset. Those weren't my goals. You can have a lot of success in this life and have that balance for what's important to you. You just got to set your priorities, make sure your calendar matches it, and have the discipline to follow through on it.